Hi, I am John with New Leads in Life. Work with new leads in life so you can have a new lease on life. Today I'm here to talk about succeeding even quicker as a multilingual insurance agent. And this is something that was brought up on a call that I had recently. A guy that I was talking to asked me what to do when it came to content, as he was also French. So this kind of proposed an interesting query that I never really had to think about too much because I only speak English. I'm not multilingual. And it made me kind of really think about how this could be an advantage and how to play into the advantage of being a multilingual person who also happens to be a insurance agent. So I wanted to kind of cover the basis when it came to why this is an advantage in the first place and how you can utilize this advantage to be able to succeed even quicker, especially when it comes to your content. So that's why I'm recording this video. If you are a person that can speak multiple languages and you are an insurance agent, I highly recommend you watch till the end because this is really going to help you, I think. Okay, so this advice can be applied specifically in Quebec, Canada, as well as Spanish-speaking people who live in America. Now, I'm not saying that this advice cannot be applied to other people who live in other parts of the world. I am only really professionally kind of familiar with insurance and the way that it works within a North American setting, really. So I just don't really know how some of this would apply when it comes to, insurance in Europe or something like that. I'm sure that a lot of these principles will apply, but I just want to specify this is the people that I'm talking to specifically when it comes to this video. So, first of all, what is the advantage that you hold being a multilingual insurance agent? Well, number one, you will strongly resonate with a very underserved niche on the internet. Let's face it, most of the internet is English. It was made in America, the internet. It's like almost all the content on it is English, right? So this is something very important just because the whole internet, or I shouldn't say the whole internet, but most of the internet is English, doesn't mean most of the people in the world are English, right? So there's a lot of people who speak French in Canada as a first language. And mind you, most of these people speak English as well, but they probably don't speak it quite as well as they speak French. And a whole lot of them are very, very proud to be French, and they want to speak and hear and listen to people in French. So for Quebec, Canada, speaking in French is going to give you a huge advantage because there's not a whole lot of people who are speaking it on the internet. When it comes to America, there's a lot of people who are Spanish, who only really speak Spanish. Sure, there are other groups as well, so if you speak maybe Arabic, this could apply to you as well, I suppose. And you could speak to Arabic people all over North America. That's one that I didn't think of. There's a lot of Arabic people who come to North America as well, I suppose. But yeah, either way, it's a very underserved niche on the internet. It's not a whole lot of people are speaking to these people who are on the internet but have this language. And let's just think of the mother from Syria who moves here with her 6 kids, I'm just making an example, right? Her husband, goes to work, she's staying home taking care of the kids. She's looking online on insurance, and it's hard for her to read or understand what's going on. And all of a sudden, somebody in her language comes and speaks to her. That's really going to resonate with her. And she's going to go through this channel and see, oh my goodness, all of this is in Arabic. I can perfectly understand it, right? That is really, really going to connect with her. It's going to resonate with her. She's going to strongly appreciate you a lot more. And this is going to, like I said, give you a stronger resonance, and people are going to want to talk to you even more because you're quite literally speaking their language, right? So this is going to help you a lot with people who are a minority group on the internet insofar as they're just underrepresented. right? So be that representation for them. Be that representation for your language and for the people that you can serve. Because there's not a lot of people doing it. A lot of the people who are Arabic, who are French, who are Spanish speaking, they are speaking English. Like, most of these people still know English as a second language. Whether or not they're more fluent in one or the other, whatever, these people are going to strongly resonate with you, right? So now, the other advantage is you can still serve English speakers as well. You know, I'm talking multilingual agents, by the way, who speak English and a second language, right? Whether that second language is their primary language, they also speak English, because clearly you wouldn't be on my YouTube channel or watching this video right now if you didn't speak English. I think let's just get that out of the way. But it's still a very big advantage, because you can still serve people who speak English as well, meaning you're going to have a broader audience, right? Because you can serve not only the English people, but also your second language, and you're going to have less competition in that audience, because there's almost, I really don't know of anyone who's doing Spanish insurance or French insurance on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook right now. I can name you a whole bunch of people who are doing English, right? I can name you Cody Askins. I can name you, I think it's David Dufford, I believe his name is. Like, I can name you a whole bunch of people who are doing it, right? I can't name you, people who are doing it in French, people who are doing it in Spanish. So that's something where you're going to have a whole lot of audience and a whole lot less competition to go with, right? So that is what the advantage that you really hold just by being a multilingual insurance agent to begin with. Now, there are two different strategies that, when I kind of thought about this in my head, how would I go about this if I were, an agent? And there's two different strategies that you can kind of use, right? So one is the on-the-fence strategy, and the other one's the all-in strategy. And these are pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to go over the pros and cons of each one. So the on-the-fence strategy, in case you couldn't tell, is you're kind of on the fence, right? You're got one feet on both sides. You're creating content in your second language, right, as well as creating content in English. And what I would recommend doing is post the same videos on different accounts. So have an account for yourself on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook that's Spanish, and have an account for yourself on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook that is English, right? You can do this off one account, I suppose, as well. Maybe it doesn't matter that much. I would recommend having 2 TikTok accounts and maybe 1 Facebook and 1 Instagram account. That's probably the easiest way to go about it, is to do it that way. Now that I think about it, that makes a little bit more sense, because TikTok is where you're probably going to get most of your reach from. So get all that reach from both the different people, and then put the rest of the content on Instagram and Facebook just under one account, because you don't want to cause too much confusion between people by, is this his official Instagram account, or is this his, wait, he's sending me a DM from this account instead of this one. Is this the real thing? Am I getting scammed? So probably best to do it that way when it comes to any platforms that you might actually have conversations with people with. So you're not really going to have conversations with people on TikTok, so it doesn't matter too much. You can have 2 separate accounts on TikTok, but you should be DMing every single new follower that comes to your Instagram, asking them if they're interested in insurance, and then funneling them over to your Facebook account where you get them onto your Facebook group. If you are doing that like you should be, then you probably will only want 1 account there. But that is the on-the-fence strategy. Essentially, post English content and post Spanish, French, Arabic, whatever it is, content as well. And just all you need to do is just translate the exact video that you made from one language into another. So you don't need a whole new video. Just if you said one thing in English, just say it in Spanish now, right? So the pros of this is you get double the content out of the exact same concept, out of the exact same content that you made, right? And it's minimal effort to grow these 2 audiences at once. So now you're getting double the content, which means you should be getting double the engagement and double the audience growth. Now, these audiences obviously speak different languages, but it's still double the growth. And it just takes you an extra 30 seconds to record the other video in the other language and post it. That's it. That's all you need to do. So that would be the on-the-fence strategy. Now, it may take you a little bit longer to record content. I don't know how it works when you have to kind of self-translate what you're saying, right? So that's something to keep in mind is you will have to record, the content twice over. That could become annoying to you. I don't know how much time that's going to take you to do, depending on how fluent you are in both languages. The other con to consider is you may dilute yourself a little bit with the second language. And the reason I say this is because I know, for example, people in Quebec who are French, they are very, very adamant that everyone they speak to always speak to them first in French. Even if you are somebody else, there's a little bit of Canadian, I guess, geopolitics for you Americans or you Canadians who are new here who don't know. People in Quebec, like I said, it doesn't matter where you're from. In Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba, like the prairie provinces, they don't speak French at all. Even in Ontario, it's mainly English speaking, not a whole lot of French speaking. We are supposed to learn in the prairies. You never learn in elementary school. I kind of grew up on the prairies and we never learned. But it is what it is, right? So even if I come from another province that speaks English to Quebec, they're going to try to adjust me in French. They're going to get kind of annoyed with me if I don't speak French to them first. Eventually they will speak English to me. They're just going to be super annoying about it. But it is what it is. This is just the classic English-French rivalry in Canada that's been going on since the dawn of time. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But that being said, I bring up this point only to say they're proud to speak French. So if you start speaking French and English, it might take away that specialness that you had when they were really resonating with you because you were speaking to them in French. So they were like, oh, this guy's French. He's, about the French. He, doesn't want these English. Yeah. Cool. And then they find out, oh, he does English too? Well, I don't know. Kind of feel a little bit conned here. I thought this guy was with me. So you might dilute yourself a little bit. That's for you to consider, right? There are many cultural things that I'm not going to step any toes on or talk about or get into here. I don't know. You determine your specific situation for yourself. So you determine whether the pro of growing your audience faster is worth the con of maybe diluting yourself. I don't know. But that's why I proposed a second strategy as well to handle all of this. And that's the all-in strategy. So that's where you create your content only in your second language that's not English and you just post there, right? So the pros for this are a huge audience engagement and impact factor. When you are solely focused on creating content in one language, making it, as flawless and as perfect as you can in that language, because I don't know how it might come across translated if you do the English one first and then maybe you take it to French and it doesn't quite sound the same way it did in English. Right? If you're only focused, okay, I'm only going to do French content, right? I'm going to make it sound as cool as it possibly can, as good as I possibly can. You're going to have a huge impact factor. So this is great, especially, and I recommend this strategy, especially if you're looking for your first few clients. Because although the audience that you're marketing to and you're talking to and speaking to is smaller, they're going to resonate with you more. You are more likely to get on a call with these people. You are more likely to talk to them about your insurance products. You are more likely to sign them as a client because you've impacted them more. It's all about how much, the entire purpose you're doing this, forget what I even said here about the advantage you hold. The advantage that you hold is that you're able to make a stronger impact with people. The person who can make the most impact is the person who's the most likely to sell them, regardless of what language they speak, right? If I am able to impact you more with my message, positively obviously, right? You are going to be more likely to buy from me no matter if I speak French, English, Arabic. It doesn't matter. You will find a way, even if I just speak Arabic and you're just an English speaker, but I find a way somehow, some way to impact you more than English speakers, you're going to do whatever you can to buy from. You'll get a translator to come speak to me because I'm the best guy, because I impacted you in some way that you want to speak to me, right? So the advantage that you hold is having this impact factor, and that's what you're looking to do, and that's what you're going to create when you do this all-in strategy. Now, the cons are you do isolate yourself from the majority of consumers on social media who are English-speaking, hoping that this risk pays off, right? So you are going to stunt your audience growth, probably, because you have a ceiling on how high you can grow with Spanish-speaking people, with Arabic-speaking people, with French-speaking people on the internet. And there is more English-speaking people, right? If you are in the areas that I spoke about at the top here, Quebec or America, right? There are more English-speaking people. So it is going to be a risk. Either way, you take the risk of maybe diluting yourself. You take the risk of, kind of hoping it pays off and hoping that isolating yourself from English consumers are going to work. Either way, I think one of these is a risk worth taking. And I think if you are a multilingual insurance agent, you kind of hold a little bit of a superpower. And that's something that you should take, seriously, and something that you should really utilize to your advantage, and something that you should be proud of and use. So that is what I think about it. Now, if you're looking to really take your multilingual skills and push them to the highest level you can, I recommend you getting inside our exclusive lead system, where not only can we help you build an audience in your native or second language, we can also help you generate leads in the same language as well. So we do this through our done-for-you multidimensional lead generating process, right? This is on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, where we're generating leads for you. We can generate you solely French, English, Arabic, whatever language you need. We can generate specifically those leads for you, help you jumpstart your audience on multiple platforms, and help you convert these people as well, so that they're not just leads filling out a form. You're making an impact on them by making sure to send them emails with information, education, and getting them on a call with you. The best part about it is, no matter what language you're in, no matter who you are, doesn't matter, when you enter our exclusive lead system, you own your exclusive lead system. We don't own it. We hand it off to you once it's completed, so you don't need to continue paying these ridiculous fees and monthly retainers. It's yours to own. Hope this video helped and impacted you if you're an agent. If you'd like to speak to me further about this or the exclusive lead system, I would be happy to help. You can send me a DM on literally any social media platform. I am on LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, as well as obviously on YouTube. You can drop a comment here as well if this helped you, or if you have any questions. Hope that this was able to resonate with a lot of you guys who are multilingual and was able to help. I'm really excited. If you do this, please let me know what results you see with this, so I can maybe make a follow-up video on this in the future. I'm not multilingual, so I can't test this myself, but I am really curious to see the results that you guys get, so please let me know. I'm really excited to hear from some of you, and take care. Peace.